Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
This is Eat and Drink with Ali Hassan and Marco Timpano, the podcast where back of house Ali and front of house Marco talk food and drink. Heads up, these two spent decades in restaurants, so some mature content and language is bound to come up. Get ready for Eat and Drink. Forks up.
All right, here we are.
Here we are.
I'm Marco Timpano.
I'm Ali Hassan.
You're listening to the podcast called Eat and Drink.
It is. Should I just blow the...
Yeah, blow it, because
blow
while
it?
you're doing that, while you explain what we're going to be covering, I'm
Yeah.
going to grab all the liquor for the cocktail I'm going to make.
Yeah, do it. Do
All right.
it. I'm going to give my undivided attention to our listeners. This is great for me. I love saying this word. I love eating this product. I love making this product. Salsa. It's salsa. It's salsa. It's, how many things have you eaten in your life that are not only food, but also the name of a dance and a music? Huh? A forbidden dance as well.
No, the lambada is the
Lambada is forbidden. You know what? Somewhere in there's somebody who will back me up that the lambada is a derivative of salsa,
No.
and therefore you won't.
I disagree. I disagree
Come
with you there because the
on.
lambada is a Brazilian dance.
Is it?
So if you were going to say the lambada is reminiscent of the, what's the Brazilian dance now? It's not
You
the-
come in strong. You come
Yeah,
in with all
the
this
samba.
heat.
If you said the
Okay,
samba,
good for
I'd
you.
be like, yes. But the salsa, and
That's
I'm
what I'm
not
doing.
good at the salsa.
Okay.
Yeah, I love ballroom dancing. I love Latin dancing.
I
I'm a
see that
pretty-
about you.
Pretty decent dancer.
Yeah.
But salsa, I can never... I can do a lot of turns and spins, but...
I can do I'm a good dancer if no one is around me, close by. I'm doing moves. I'm doing things.
Mm-hmm.
But once I have a partner, I'm like, come on.
So you're better at dancing when no one's watching.
No, they can watch. They can watch, but they can't touch.
Okay.
Never touch. But yeah, salsa is, I apologize for saying something horrifically ignorant about the lambada.
No, I
But,
don't know. Like, listen, I could be wrong. Just because I'm saying it doesn't make it fact.
The way you say it with a smile and confidence makes it fact sometimes. But salsa is, like, I'm staring at this salsa and my mouth is watering. And I'm very excited for us to try this. And you, staying on brand and
Yes.
close to theme, you brought something tequila based.
Yeah, well, because here's the thing. When you don't know what to bring to a place, like let's say you're invited to a party, you're invited to something, and they're like, we're going to be cooking Mexican food. Then bring something Mexican, whether it's a Mexican beer or whether it's tequila or a Mexican cocktail or Mexican flowers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can buy Mexican flowers, but perhaps...
I'm going to say you can. My nightmare on that note, my nightmare is a potluck that's poorly planned.
Oh.
I'm not I love to eat. I love when people put their heart into eating. But man, a potluck where people just go, yeah, I'll just bring whatever. No, I don't want your grandma's potato salad at my Mexican themed thing, man. You're ruining everything.
That's fair, but then you shouldn't have a potluck.
No, you shouldn't. But, there's got to be another word for something that's more organized. That is like, hey, it's a potluck, but here's the list of things within which we should be working. So, guys, we don't need 7 people bringing rice. If you're going to bring rice, tell us. And if it can be, a Latin, if it can be a rice and beans, a rice and peas, that would be great, rather than a Pakistani pulao. Now
Sure.
you're kind of messing with the theme a little
But
bit.
then you can't call it a potluck. I think that's where
What is the
errors-
word?
Well,
What's
you
the
come
word?
up with a Mexican fiesta dinner. And at the
Okay.
Mexican fiesta dinner,
All
this
right.
is what you're bringing. Something rice-based. This is what you're bringing, Marco. Something
Fair.
tequila-based.
That's fair. So we've been too fast and loose with the term potluck. We need to stop. Heads are going to roll.
Yeah,
Is that
because
what we're
if you
saying?
do potluck means bring whatever you want.
Yeah, no, that's too
edible.
loosey-goosey. I don't like that.
I'm not a fan of potlucks.
No.
If you're coming to my house, I'll prepare stuff. If you want to bring a dessert or whatever, fine. But
First and foremost, Marco, obviously, I'm cooking. That's the first and foremost.
Sure.
But sometimes you get into situations where, some
Yeah.
people have things happening. I know that, when people are sick, You know, people want to bring food
Right,
to your
right.
home, and you're celebrating something. People want to bring food.
Sure.
So then you try to guide it a little bit.
But that's
you know?
not. But a potluck is a dinner where it's like everybody brings something, right?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Mishmash, yeah.
It's mishmash
Yeah.
time. Have fun. And I
Yeah.
know there's people listening right now saying, "I hate Marco because I love potlucks," and that's fair. And listen, I'm here so you can hate me.
Yeah.
Ali's here so you can love him. All right.
No, but I also hate potlucks. In
you?
this case, oh my God, so
No, it sounds
much,
like you
man.
hate when people bring things to your potluck that aren't on point with what you're cooking.
But what you said is, then that's not a potluck. So what I actually dislike is the potluck.
potluck.
What I hated was like, hey man, I'm gonna have a Mexican night. I'm gonna have a Mexican potluck, and then somebody goes, I have this amazing potato salad with like mayonnaise, and I think dried dill. First of all, you think. Second of all, dried. Get out of here with that nonsense.
But isn't the potato originally from Mexico?
I mean, do you want me to look it up?
No, but listen.
I
don't think they made. I don't think
the point is prepare it in a Mexican fashion.
Fair.
Okay? How many mayo-based
Yes.
dishes are we eating out of Mexico? That's not.
You're
what we're-
right. It's got to have a sort of Mayan or Aztec kind of quality to it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go on record, and I'm just gonna say mayo was not a favorite of the Aztecs or Mayans, and by not a favorite I mean not present in their lives.
Fair enough. Let us know what you think of potlucks.
Yeah.
All right. So what I figured is this: look, someone invites you to a house and they say we're having a Mexican fiesta.
Yep.
And you're like, all right, what should I bring? What wine should I bring? Bring tequila. Bring something from that ethnic origin, right? That's what I say. Now, really bring whatever you want. But I decided to do something Mexican. I was like, oh, I'm going to do something with tequila. What should I do? I'm like, I'm going to look up a recipe that looks interesting to me and one that I think will complement salsa. Have you ever had the Paloma before?
No.
We're going to make a Paloma. Do you like your rim salted?
Is that a euphemism for something? The answer is probably yes either way. I like where you're going here.
Okay.
The answer is
So
yes.
we're going to salt your rim.
Yes.
All right? All right, here we go. So usually I would just take a half lime and twist it around the rim, but I don't have a half lime right here.
Yeah.
But I have lime juice. So
I
I'm
have
gonna
like
just use-
17 limes and lemons in my home. I wish we would. Anyway,
I
okay.
thought I had tequila in the house, but
Yeah.
clearly we like to drink tequila, so I had to
Yeah.
go out and buy tequila. All right,
Yeah.
this is me salting the rim of Ali's
So
glass.
in one small plate, Marco's put lime juice. I'm not going to tell you that it's from a bottle. I'm just going to tell you lime juice. And I'm going to leave it
It's
at
from
that.
a plastic bottle that resembles
Don't
a
say
lime.
it. Please don't say it.
You know what? I should have asked you to bring limes. I should have went out and bought limes when I bought the thing, but I was like, you know what? I've got this little lime bottle, and I'm just going to use it. It's lime juice.
I think my respect for you is exactly where it always was. It was never
Not
high.
okay,
Exactly.
fair.
No, it's wonderful. So you've salted the rims of these two glasses, and then I see a nice Italian soda.
Yes, it
sitting
should have
over
been
there.
Mexican. I should have.
Okay, we're really. Why do you want to cheat our listeners like
You know
this?
what? Here's the thing. The soda has to be grapefruit.
So we're not even in the right.
No, this
quality.
is grapefruit. This is grapefruit.
Oh, this looks like
yeah,
a lemon.
no, it's grapefruit. It's grapefruit.
Pompelmo.
You got it,
is a
100%.
grapefruit. Pamplemousse. Pompelmo.
Right,
I
you
got
got
it.
it.
I got it.
Now you can get Mexican grapefruit soda.
Yeah.
And it's more pink. And I just didn't have the time to get it. And actually, I saw it. I saw the Mexican sodas at my local grocery store, but they did not have grapefruit.
Okay.
Because I was getting a cappuccino this morning in an Italian bar, I saw that they had this, and I'm like, give me 2 bottles of those.
Yeah.
So
Did you say it like that? Give me.
a little bit.
Give me a little
bit.
gangsterism.
I said, do you have 2 of those? 2 of the grapefruit? And the guy looked at me and he's like, what? I'm like, it says Pompelmo on it. That's how you know it's grapefruit, because clearly the guy didn't know. Anyways, I digress. So what we're going to do here, I've salted the rims of these glasses. Taller glasses, I would say, is what you want, a nice tall glass. You don't have to salt it if you don't want to, but we did. It calls for 2 ounces of tequila.
Does it?
I think that's a little high to be honest.
Does it
with you.
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I should put ice in it, but I'm going to put the tequila in first just so we can see it. And there we go. All right. So there's the tequila. And now I'm going to put ice in. I should have put the ice in before.
Can I ask you, is there value in using a high-end tequila here? In the end, you're not going to... Marco, this would not be a show. This would not be us. This would not be you and me doing what we do if you didn't drop some ice on the floor. So thank God you did it. I come here and I go, man, the suspense is killing me. Will he drop some ice? And you do it every time. And thank God for
Oh, I'm telling you.
consistency.
And I have the proper
have
ice
the tongs.
bucket, the
I know.
tongs, everything. Oh, man.
Doesn't melt into
All
a
right.
puddle.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm like the klutzy bartender. All right. 2 ounces of tequila. We're going to do a half ounce of lime juice.
Okay.
I didn't have a lime squisher, so I was kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to use it from this thing here.
But tell me, back to my question, tequila can be any brand? Or,
Yes.
or is it sort of a run-of-the-mill tequila works well because you've got so many other flavors going on?
Yeah, when you're mixing it, I feel, and once again, bartenders are going to hate me, if you're going to make a mixed cocktail, the quality of the alcohol is second to what you're putting in. So the more ingredients you put in, the less you're going to really taste it or notice it. Now, there's going to be some purists, some people who are like real big tequila fans, and they're going to be like, no, it's got to be great tequila.
Sure.
And that works for them. I'm like that more with rum. Give me a good quality rum, even in my mix. But it's because I love rum.
It probably also has an effect on the hangover the next day if you put more sort of impure or inauthentic booze in there. Is that not going to mess with your stomach, head, all of that?
I can't answer that really, but I'm going to say yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say if you use garbage quality stuff,
You're going to feel like garbage.
You're going to have a garbagey quality hangover, right?
Yeah.
All right, so now...
As opposed to those amazing quality hangovers.
Grapefruit juice.
Yes.
Grapefruit soda. Thank you, grapefruit soda.
You wouldn't use fresh grapefruit.
You could.
But then you have to add a lot of sugar, I suppose, right?
Then you would add the soda water,
Yeah.
and then I guess sugar to taste. But this recipe calls for soda. So I've never made it. Now, if I had mint, I would put some mint in there just to make it look pretty. I don't. So that one's really salted, okay? Just so you know.
I see that.
Salt. Okay.
I see that.
Let's see how this is. I'll let Ali drink because otherwise we're both drinking.
Oh, terrific.
Is it too salty?
Oh,
It looks
so
like
good.
Is it?
It's so good, man.
You would say it if it wasn't, right?
I would have to.
Okay. No, this salt is not working for me.
What do you mean?
Too much. Too much. It's too fine, and so it's made too much salt on
Okay.
the rim.
Well, once you drink in that area, now you don't have any salt in that rim anymore, in that area, no?
Yeah.
I like the drink.
It's a nice summer drink.
I like the drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I salted yours too much. Do you want me to wipe that?
You gotta stop. You
You're
gotta
okay?
not worry. I'm gonna drink out of the area that doesn't have any salt on it anymore.
Okay.
And then when I want some more, I'll keep moving my lips around the rim.
The problem is I use Malden salt, and you can't salt a rim with Malden salt. So I use this kosher salt, but I think it's too fine.
Yeah.
So use a coarser salt if you're going to salt the rim.
If anybody wanted to send gifts to Marco, there you go.
A poor quality salt.
A medium coarse salt, perhaps.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
good.
this is it. This is the Paloma. It's a classic Mexican cocktail that involves tequila. You can taste the tequila, but it's tempered really nicely with the grapefruit soda.
Yeah.
It has a brightness, a freshness. It's not particularly sweet.
You don't need to shake it. You never shake this.
No, I didn't shake this. I kind of just gave it a
Yeah, you give it a
spin.
stir. Yeah, I think I like this more than a margarita.
I love margaritas.
You do, huh?
I do. But it does have a reminiscence of the margarita because of the lime juice.
Yeah.
Right?
One day we're going to make a margarita on this show, but the amount of ice you're going to spill that day is going to be phenomenal.
One day I'm going to make a margarita with frozen chunks of watermelon
Okay.
as the ice.
Okay. Also, we'll fall on the ground
Yeah, of course.
inevitably, but will be amazing. I'm excited for that. I want to make another Mexican thing just for you, just to inspire you.
I'm pleased that you like it, but I feel bad that the salt is not where it needs
Here's
to
the
be.
thing: when you make something for someone who doesn't know what it's supposed to taste like to begin with, sometimes you put your faith in them, and
I feel like I failed. But the drink is nice. I can get you a straw. Speaking of which, I just want to talk about straws.
yes,
I buy paper straws.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of going to restaurants that when I order water, bring me straws. I'm doing my best to tell my servers
Yeah.
not to bring me straws. I don't need straws. We don't need these disposable one-use item. And I don't understand why companies like Starbucks and these large organizations don't switch to paper straws.
straws. As many of you will know, a big issue in the oceans. The fish are using them to spit spitballs at each other, and they're poking each other in the eyes. And it's a thing. Obviously, it's not what's happening. It's they don't degrade, or if they do, it takes 50+ years. And I was in Jamaica earlier in the year, and the resort. It's all biodegradable straws. The problem, of course, being that they biodegrade as you're drinking sometimes. So you just drink very fast, which is, for some people, not the worst. For other people, they don't remember half their vacation.
My feeling is you have a mouth,
Yeah.
use it.
Oh, yeah.
Use it.
Yes.
Use it. Just use your mouth on a glass. We all know how to do that. If you don't know how to do it, grow up.
This would be a great segue to what's in Marco's mouth.
That's coming later. But now let's get to our main course. the salsa itself.
Well, in fact, this is the main course of our show, but it's not the main course in life. But why not? It could be. It could be.
Why not?
Salsa is, man, it's like, it's easy and it's simple, but it's also complex. So I was telling you, like, it's a word that's exciting to say. It's a dance. It's music. And when I see salsa, when I go to a restaurant, immediately my excitement goes through the roof. There's a place, Playa Cabana. It's in Toronto.
A restaurant.
A restaurant.
Right?
You get 3 salsas right away when you order nachos. I love it. One of those salsas, I mean, it's not even what you think of when you think salsa. You know, you think green, red, you think colors. Sure. This thing is just dark black.
Oh, amazing.
And it is crushed ancho chilies and oil and garlic. It's salsa negra.
Salsa negra, yes.
And it's crazy, man. If you're just chatting and you're just eating and not paying attention and those chilies hit the back of your throat the wrong way, this is going to take a lot of... What's the drink called again?
Paloma.
Paloma. I was going to say Pompelmo, but Paloma from Pompelmo to extinguish that. Anyway, it's just so great. And one of them is a habanero salsa, which is crazy hot. So what I made today, 2 of my favorites, classics, salsa roja, red salsa, salsa verde, green salsa. Salsa, by the way, many people will know this, this kind of takes out the sexiness. Salsa just means, you know what it means?
Sauce.
Or
sauce.
Sauce. Sauce. Which is like, really, you can just find that out. And you're like, I wanted something sexy.
No,
but anyway,
but
the flavor.
sauce is the liquid of life when it comes to food.
Sure.
Sauce is the blood that runs in the vein of a culinary.
Absolutely.
Because even Italians will call sugo is sauce. Sugo is sauce. Salsa is sauce. I don't know what it is. Sauce. What is it in French? Because you have a sauce.
Sauce. Yeah,
saucier is the person who makes the sauce.
Yeah,
I feel like every culture has some sort of sauce.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember when we used to go. We were kids. We'd play basketball as teens, and we'd go to this Harvey's. And
for our listeners, Harvey's is a burger chain.
Burger chain. So my friend would always order fries with gravy. And, you know, he's a Vietnamese dude. He spoke French, but he refused to speak French. I don't know what the deal was. So he would tell the guy, he would do the whole order in English. The guy was very crabby. And so my friend would be like, you know, I'll have a combination combo number 1. So then the guy in the mic would go, combinaison numéro 1, like that. And then can I have my fries with sauce? Upgrade my fries to a sauce. The guy would take a break. He would look at him, real nasty look, and then just go, sauce. Like that was it. And he would just say it in the mic, and the guys in the back would hear it, but it had no context.
Sure.
It would be like a full minute since the order was made, and then he'd just say the word sauce into the mic. So my friend Sihai and I, this buddy of mine, would just use the word sauce in completely, like it never made sense ever. We would just say it for no reason. So it was not a sexy word for us for many years. But this is the sexiest sauce in my mind because of its diversity and its just the options that you have. I think when people talk about salsa, too often they talk about the bottled stuff.
Yes.
And once you start making fresh salsa,
this I'm so excited because I'm looking at the salsa you made and it looks beautiful.
It does.
And this almost looks like one that you would get in the store, but it's got.
How dare you?
How
dare you,
but
Marco?
I meant it as a compliment, but it's certainly not. But then when you move it around, you can see that it's not. It's got more of a flow to it. Well, the viscosity is different.
What I did get in the store is the tomatillos. I got a canned tomatillos. Okay. So this is my green salsa that we're pointing at.
Have you ever worked with a saucier? Like, because you've worked in the kitchens, right?
I have. They were never good enough kitchens to have a saucier there. Right. Everybody was a saucier. Everyone was a low-level saucier at all times.
What's your sauce? If you were to make a sauce in the kitchen, what's your go-to sauce or the sauce that you can make?
That's a tough one, man. I love coconut milk. I love coconut milk. So even, one of my favorite dishes, and sometime we'll have this on the show, but I'll just give a little preview. It's braising lamb. It can be any meat, but I love to braise lamb in a coconut sauce. So it's a few cans of coconut oil, lamb,
oil or milk?
Shoulder. Sorry, did I say oil? Yeah. Coconut milk. Okay. And then in that coconut milk, big chunks of chilies, garlic, galangal, lime leaves, and curry powder or turmeric and a few other spices to make it like a curry sauce. And so slowly the lamb breaks down, and then you drain the big chunks of things out of the sauce. You keep some of them. You turn that into a sauce. I take the lamb and I go Italian. I make like a ravioli.
You veer. You just kind of like left turn, one-way street. I love it.
Stuff. It doesn't matter what you use, but like a ravioli type of thing is great. So you stuff that lamb that you shred, which already has some of that flavor. You put that inside ravioli. You boil that, and then what do you have as a sauce? You have that coconut cream curry sauce.
Okay.
Instead of a tomato sauce. Right?
If I was a judge, I'd be hitting my gavel
bing,
right
bing.
now. All right?
Boom, boom. All right.
Do you know that it is the number one condiment? Salsa has surpassed ketchup as the number one condiment.
Screw you, ketchup. I never cared for you, and that's what you deserve.
That's what you get. I'd rather have salsa on my burger than ketchup. Absolutely. Come on.
And wait till we do hummus in an episode. We're going to slag off mayo. Because I think hummus has taken over mayo. I'm not sure. I love it.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
You let us know. All right? You let us know. All right. So let me taste this.
Okay. So now this is going to be crunchy. It's going to be loud. This is the green salsa. This is a salsa roja. Chunks of onions.
Oh, yum.
Vinegar. Some spice. Some jalapeno.
Now, is it
and
the ingredients in the salsa verde? Is it different than the ingredients that you put?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Tell me why.
You think I'm going to come here and give you the exact same flavor in two different colors? That's not how I roll. That's not how I roll at all.
Wonderful.
Huh?
Wonderful.
Nice. Light. Summery. Fresh. Zing. Zip.
It tastes green.
Yeah.
It should. I said it on a couple of our podcasts where I described the taste as a color, but if you taste it, it tastes like spring. It tastes like summer. It tastes like vibrant. It has a vibrant, refreshing, calm feel to it. That for me is green.
Great description.
Yeah.
And you didn't over crunch. You didn't crunch in the listener's ears for very long.
No,
I'm not as good at that as you. Now for my salsa roja. Now this is
what's before we move over there, what's the secret to your salsa verde?
Secret to it is the right combination of vinegar, lime, and salt.
What vinegar are you using? Apple cider?
I'm using apple cider vinegar.
I love that. I love that.
I don't have any other
No,
vinegar.
it's so great.
Yeah.
It makes me happy.
Does it?
Yeah, because the white vinegar, sometimes it's just bullshit.
Well,
it's
I'll tell
bullshit
you,
vinegar. Like
we have a blender.
Okay.
That we use a fair amount, 5 times a week at least. We use that blender, Vitamix, and we clean it with vinegar. And the way to clean it is to basically pour almost an entire jug of vinegar in there and then some water, let it sit overnight. Sure. So vinegar has become associated with a cleaning product for me. So I'm not, I can't put it in my
I love it. I love it.
That I love and
respect.
respect.
It's great. Why are you apologizing? It's great. You should be like, no, man.
No, never.
No,
exactly.
I use apple cider vinegar. I'm speaking as you right now.
Yes.
Instead of the white vinegar, because I find white vinegar cleans well, but I prefer the taste of apple cider.
I like the way you express yourself.
Listen, man, that's great. Okay, so that's what you put in your
green
verde.
salsa verde, and we can put that recipe up as well.
Fantastic.
Salsa roja. Now, just to tell you, some people, I was getting to this bottled salsa. It's when you start eating fresh salsa and making it, you realize bottled salsa is a travesty of salsa justice. It's like a mistake that went horribly wrong. I feel like salsa should be fresh as much as possible. This is fresh. This is in a blender. This is not pico de gallo, which is the chopped up salsa. I have no problem with that.
Sure.
But this is, I really like the way this
Is
comes
this a
across.
salsa fresca?
This is a salsa. No, salsa fresca and pico de gallo are interchangeable, actually. Wow. Yeah, and I'm sure some people from certain parts of the Latin world will write in and say, you guys suck for saying that. But this is a salsa, I guess, crudo, but salsa fresca.
Yeah.
Salsa roja is what I'm...
Pico de gallo means rooster's beak.
Yes.
Because that salsa was eaten by picking it up with 2 fingers, like a rooster's beak. Yes. I researched that. Okay. I didn't know that's not how I eat my salsa, but I was like, that's cool, man. Can I eat this red sauce?
Okay. Please do. Now, this sauce, I'll just tell you, you crunch away, and I'll tell people what this is. This is fresh tomatoes.
Oh, it's so good.
This is red onion. This is garlic, lime juice, fresh lime juice. And sometimes I'll put in some cumin seeds. I didn't do that this time.
Oh, really?
But I did put in a little bit of my Scotch bonnet pepper sauce as well to give it some heat.
This is so great.
He's going in for seconds, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
I shouldn't, because I'm going to have to. The problem is, when we do our segment, What's in My Mouth, My mouth has been tainted with booze and this, and it's not. My palate is not where
You're
it
making
should be.
excuses
It's
now,
true.
huh?
It's true. This is wonderful. So here's my thing, Ali. Okay,
Yes.
because you're coming down hard on people who buy store-bought sauces.
I'm
Or salsas, I should say.
I feel like a monster for saying that. You're
a monster. You're a monster. But I think people buy it because A, it's easier, and B, they're scared to make their own salsa. So walk me through it. Walk me through how easy it is and how long it takes.
First thing you do, you need one of these $20 little baby blenders.
Yes.
Robot culinaire, if you're a French person. It's just a mini thing. It has 2 settings, chop and puree. That's it. Very small. As soon as you turn the cap of it on it, it's ready to go. Those are the best things for making chutneys and relishes and salsas and these little quick sauces. You really should have one of
So
those.
you don't need a fancy schmancy, high-end.
No,
blends,
if you have one,
it cooks,
use it, but
okay.
don't get it for
Okay,
this.
all right.
If you love salsa, you just need a small thing that takes a really little bit of space on the counter. I don't take mine off the counter. That's how much I.
So a
I'll use it.
bullshitty $15 jobby at Walmart or your local store.
For sure. You think about how much money you spend on salsas. This thing, even if it lasts only a year,
Right.
which it wouldn't,
Right.
that's insane. But even if it lasts a year, you're making your money back.
Okay.
So what are you doing then? You're chopping up a tomato in half or quarters. You don't have to do a lot of chopping up. You got a chopper. It's going to do it for you.
Right.
You're rinsing cilantro with a couple of rinses. Make sure there's no grit in there.
Can I
You're
use
adding that in.
cilantro paste? Because, cilantro, you can get it in a tube, a paste. That way you have it in your fridge.
I will tell you that I've never used cilantro paste.
I think you can.
It's just not how I was raised.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. Is cilantro something that... Because cilantro is not something that we typically
course,
use.
as
Isn't it?
Italians
Is it
do.
something you would use in your
Massive,
cuisine?
massive.
Really? Okay.
In fact, overused. Overused. Now, I don't, I've been able to, I ran a Malaysian restaurant for a while. I really got into a lot of lemongrass and Thai basil and a bunch of different herbs that I knew nothing about.
Sure.
But too often, many South Asians are guilty of the one green garnish is cilantro. Okay. So it's good to branch out and discover other things. My sister-in-law is allergic to cilantro, so we get lot of mint and chives and green onions. Just the color is there, and they add flavor. And
I say that's right because I know you.
Because
I
you know my sister-in-law.
knew her before, and I know that about her.
Yeah.
And cilantro, for some people, it tastes like soap. They don't like it. So,
soap or garbage.
Well,
Spoiled garbage.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What can we use in place of cilantro for those of us who are like, no? Is there something?
The best thing to do is lock yourself in a room and don't come out of there.
Okay.
No. In place of cilantro, that's tough. It varies depending on the product you're making.
Parsley,
nothing's a substitute. I won't say that, but you do have there's some wild cilantro that Vietnamese and West Indians use. Nyo Gai, it's called NGO.
Okay, hang on a second, Ali.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it easy for our listeners. Now you're saying some wild.
I'm not saying take it out of the
but
forest.
I'm saying like
You'll recognize
They're
it.
trying to make a salsa. They don't like cilantro.
Oh, you're saying for salsa. I'm so sorry. I
Like
thought you
no,
were
somebody's
talking
making
broadly.
somebody's making salsa at home. They're listening to us and they're like, listen, if I'm gonna follow what these bastards are saying, I don't like cilantro. What do I put in its place?
I would say nothing.
I would say basil, parsley.
You're crazy.
No,
Basil in a salsa.
savory.
You could do it. You could do. Of course, you could. I would say you don't have to. Don't
Okay,
put
so
it in if you don't want
omit
to.
it. Omit it. Okay.
Otherwise, try mint. Now, look, when I make a pineapple salsa or a mango salsa, I often go towards mint to put in there. But mint does something weird here where I feel like drinking the salsa instead of using it as a condiment.
Celery leaves.
Okay.
I'll say celery leaves.
Yeah, you're gonna go on
for
record
100.
with that?
I'm gonna say celery leaves because you know what? They don't overpower. They're savory. They're not going to give you the sweetness of mint or the pepperiness of mint.
Yeah.
And they're gonna add. They're not going to take away from the tomato. So we've got tomato. We've got cilantro or no cilantro if you don't have it. What's next in this blender?
In this blender, yes. Tomatoes, a little bit of red onion, 1 clove of garlic.
Yum.
Shouldn't be an overpowering garlic flavor. 1/4 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Not a lot.
Okay.
Not a lot. Can go, can not go.
Cool.
And then lime juice and salt. Those are the keys as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, here's what I love that you said, okay? Now, there was an outbreak of E. coli with salsa
Wow,
way
weird
back.
segue, brother. Weird
Listen,
segue.
but no, it's important. I'm giving... you're going to hear a compliment.
I know some great stuff is coming,
10
but
seconds,
this was a
of comments
weird
coming your
place
way.
to go. Okay.
Always refrigerate your salsa if you're not going to eat it right away. But also add lime juice and add garlic because they prevent bacteria from growing in your salsa. So you said 2 of the magic words.
Yeah.
And I would say you could do a salsa that is tomato, garlic, salt, lime, basta, hello, there you go.
And basta means?
Enough.
It doesn't
Done.
mean pasta. I just wanted everybody to know that. Now, I absolutely agree. There's a third thing you can put in that makes sure that ensures that nothing will grow in it, and that's pepper. So for
Hot
me,
pepper, you mean?
Yeah, that's like
Chilies.
jalapeno
Yes.
or habanero
Yum.
or a Scotch bonnet, and that's what we have here. We have this Scotch bonnet puree in here, and it's great.
I love jalapenos. I love chipotle.
Yeah.
I love Mexican peppers,
Yeah.
chilies. Mexican chilies, they speak. They resonate with my soul. Is that? Can you say that?
Yeah, you
can I say that?
I went to a place to get tortillas this morning. They come in fresh every Tuesday, so I decided to go on Wednesday. So they're not fresh anymore. But anyway, they'll last. They'll last a while.
Sure.
But I got some Mexican oregano and I got some ancho chilies as well, dried ancho chilies. And now I don't even have a plan. I'm just like, get this, and everything else will just come together.
Have you ever had? Let me see if I'm going to pronounce this right. Chapulines on your salsa or on your
What is chapulines?
on your guacamole. It's grasshopper, and it's something that's used in Mexico.
Yeah?
And we were in Mexico City, my wife and some friends. We were there for work. And so we got some salsa, we got chips, and we got guacamole. And we said, can we have it with chapulines on it, right? And they looked at us like, are you sure? Because it's a very Mexican thing to have this dried grasshopper on it, right? And we're like, yeah, let's do it, right? It was great. It was lovely. My wife is allergic to exoskeletons, so we didn't think.
Did she know that from beforehand?
She knew that from beforehand, but we didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Where does that allergy manifest itself?
So
what has
reason-
exoskeleton in it?
Great question. She had soft shell crab. Now my wife loves seafood, and the reason she realized it, she had soft shell crab. So you eat the actual shell, and she started to break out, and her throat was starting to swell. Hives and all that kind of stuff, right? And then she's got to be careful with red dye because they use oftentimes in red dye the cochignal beetle. Mm-hmm. They'll crush this beetle, and it's red, and will add red coloring, so it's a natural red colorant. And so now she can't have one of her favorite dishes, which is red velvet cake.
Oh, no.
Because she's often found that she has a reaction to it. But we were there in Mexico, and we're like, yeah, we want to try the dishes with chapulines, which is this grasshopper.
Yeah.
And she had a reaction. We should have thought. But anyways, I digress.
But that's huge. That's enormous.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that's a thing.
Yeah.
Exoskeleton.
Yeah.
Can you imagine as a waiter, like you don't have your wife, you don't know her, but somebody goes, "I'm allergic to exoskeleton. Is that in anything?" You'd be like, "Man, you're crazy. Get out of here." But
And then,
here we
boom.
are. Yeah, they did.
Salsa, here, I had it with chips. Where else would you use your salsa?
Great question. Great question.
Love it.
So flexible. This is one thing that I love about salsa. So breakfast, yeah, there it is, right there with your omelet, right there with your scrambled eggs or scrambled tofu, whatever you're making. Salsa is a great breakfast.
Put it
condiment.
on your toast.
Hey, put it on your toast.
Put it on your toast.
Don't put it in your oatmeal. The rest, everything is.
Have you ever had savory oatmeal?
No, I have not.
Oh.
What's in savory oatmeal? What's in savory oatmeal?
So, steel cut oats, boil it up.
Yep.
Then put butter, salt, away you go.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be sweet. It does.
You're
change your
blowing
life.
my mind.
Yeah.
You're blowing my mind here.
So I would argue butter, salt, little sprig of salsa, mix it all up. Breakfast of champs.
Okay, somebody try that and let us know how that went. I also, obviously tacos, it's the best thing ever. Such a beautiful condiment on tacos. But if you have any dish that you make with beans, any bean stew or casserole, anything, any of these vegetarian sort of squashes, sweet potato dishes, salsa is such a good complement for so many of those things. And then obviously, I alluded to the pineapple salsa that I make. I also make a mango salsa, and that goes so well with seafood and poultry. A mango salsa in the summer, if you grilled some sort of chicken kebabs, if you've grilled or even pan-fried a fish, let's say it's a little bit buttery.
Sure.
Right? You got a little bit of that thickness, that creaminess. a mango and ginger salsa will cut through that and bring so much life to it.
What's in your mango salsa?
Mango salsa is mango, ginger, cilantro, or mint, lime juice, and salt.
You could put that on a sweet dish too.
You could, sure.
Creme fraiche, mango salsa.
Yeah. Think about, in fact, if you had like a ginger creme brulee or something, you just have like a mango ginger, just a dollop of that on the top.
What about French crepe?
Yeah?
Creme fraiche, mango salsa, roll that up, little bit of dark chocolate.
Bob's your
away we
uncle.
go. Okay, look at that.
All right, yes. Another great salsa is a corn salsa, by the way, right?
My
goes
least
really
favorite.
well. Least
I
favorite.
love corn too.
And you don't love it? Yeah?
Listen, I'll eat it. I'll eat it like a champ. I'll eat it like it's my job, but it's not my favorite.
Okay, we'll have to see what we can do about that. But yeah, I mean, listen, we've talked about the variety of this dish. I'm sorry to offend you with the whole corn talk.
No,
but
listen.
No,
It's an important salsa.
It is. I find if you buy that bottled, it's really sweetened and there's a lot of different ingredients.
It looks gross. Bottled, it looks gross. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's something that turns me off
I
about
completely agree. Yeah. I made one the other day. It was canned corn. It was a nice corn though. It was like a peaches and cream organic corn with cherry tomatoes because we bought a bunch of cherry tomatoes.
Sure.
And basil. We had a lot of basil leaves. So it's, is it a salsa at that point? I don't even know what it's called. But like lime juice, corn, cherry tomatoes, and basil, and green onions. So scallions.
Lime juice?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then the thing is that you could have got some butter in a pan, simmered some butter. Sauteed some butter, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit buzzed off that tequila.
I'm sorry, like that. And I thought 2 ounces was too much. I even said it when I made it. I'm like, I feel like 2 ounces, maybe for my glass is too much. I apologize.
I think,
you know what? Here, put some more of this in your glass. In case you're going to drink more. I don't want you to go away from here.
No, I'm great.
Okay.
I never said it was a bad thing.
No,
I'm on top
I know.
Of the world right now. But I felt like you could have sauteed that corn and cherry tomatoes in some butter and it would have been amazing. So now it's not a salsa.
Here's the thing. What I like about what you just said is that don't fear the salsa. Embrace the salsa.
Be the salsa.
Be one with the salsa. Yeah. But it's just basically that. Get lime juice, a tomato or something that is the center, the focal point of your salsa. Whether that be mango, tomato, pineapple, beans, and then just experiment and just mash that up. Make a sauce, try it, see how it works.
I think that's what you're getting at is what I wanted to say as well. There's no really rules around salsa.
Yeah.
Like I know I was saying, cilantro, if you don't eat it, get out of town. Right. But really, there's a flexibility that works there. And I know that, it's like the way I always liken it to garam masala in India and Pakistan. Every 20 kilometers, 50 kilometers, something would be like, that is not how you make garam masala. Sure. This is how you make it. The way my mother made it, you know what I mean? And people can't get their... But every 50 kilometers, some of these recipes change. And so for every 20 people who might write to us and say, no, man, you can't do that with salsa. When you have corn, it's not called salsa. Sure. You have another 20 who will be like, no, I grew up on that. That's my favorite salsa.
There you go. I feel like you can interpret salsa through the eyes of an ethnic cuisine and add that sort of feel to it. So, for example, when you said tomato, garlic, salt, basil, it's almost an Italian salsa there. So then I'm going to give you this challenge. What would you put if I said, I want a Parisian salsa?
Parisian salsa.
As he bows his head forward and closes his eyes.
Come to me, Parisian salsa. I would have butter.
Yum.
With butter. And that's a Parisian salsa. No, I would... that's a tough one because
I feel like you need lime juice in it. I feel like lime juice is the key to salsa. Otherwise, it's no longer a salsa. If you don't have the lime juice, it's some other. Because I feel like every other salsa that you mentioned has lime juice in it somewhere.
Like I'm thinking of like fish meunière, sole meunière and that kind of stuff, and you put a sauce on it. I really do feel like butter and lime juice and cherry tomatoes, like a slightly sweet tomato, would give life to some French dishes.
What is it called? The Eau de Provence,
Herbe de Provence,
the spice that's de Provence.
Yeah, Herbe de Provence is those three things, right? Yeah.
So could you put that in there?
You could. You could. Why not? So this is what I was going to say to you, that it's tougher for me to think of a Parisian salsa, but if you had said a Provençal salsa,
Okay, whoa.
now you start, zucchini comes in and eggplant comes in and cooked or raw tomatoes come
fair.
in. You know what I mean?
Fair. I should have just said a salsa from France.
France.
Give me-
Yeah. But I
Okay.
mean, that's just when I used to teach cooking classes,
Right.
Provençal was always the most exciting
Right.
French cuisine for me. Just because there was more flavor and preparation and there is Mediterranean influence in there.
I know there's salsa purists who hate me right now for suggesting that. And that's why I'm here.
Bring the hate.
Bring the hate to me, bring the love to Ali. It's time for, speaking of bring the hate on, it's time for our next segment. Let me get the blindfold.
What's in Marco's mouth? That's right. What's in Marco's mouth? It's nothing dirty. Will he guess it? Will he mess it? Let's find out. What's in Marco's mouth?
Tell me the things you take. And there's a food and a drink component, okay?
Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, okay. So open your mouth.
Oh, this is not fun.
No, take a bite. And tell me what those flavors are. Oh, man, I felt like your mom for a second there feeding you.
Okay. It was something on bread, and it was very creamy, but it wasn't cream based. Its base was almost like tahini or chickpea, or there's lemon in it.
You got the bread right, you got the creamy thing right, and then there was a kind of a garnish on top of it too.
I never got the garnish
Yeah?
in my mouth. Did I?
You got the garnish, man.
I don't
was
think
very
so.
Generous with this garnish. Let's take another bite.
Okay.
It's here. It's there. Yeah. I seriously feel like a grandmother.
I think you should just give it to me in my hand. So you're
That's
not,
also.
It's a
another-
bit erotic. You're
it's a
feeding.
bit erotic feeding you.
Oh Jesus.
Good thing you're not looking me directly in my eyes as I'm feeding you. This thing would take a turn real fast.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's a light, whatever it is that's been pureed is light in taste. And you said it's not tahini, it's not chickpea.
I didn't say that.
Okay, so I'm going to say it's a whipped chickpea. I can't taste the garnish. There's some lemon, a little bit of olive oil on a crostini bread.
Right. So it's sourdough. It was a hummus. When you say tahini and chickpeas,
So I was right there?
you're right
Okay.
on. And then so sourdough crostini, and it was sumac.
Oh.
So that was with the lemony flavor. It was the tang of the sumac. Still fantastic work.
Oh, sumac, that's hard though, I gotta say, but still, no excuse. There's no excuses. Oh, sorry, I just hit the mic. didn't I?
Come in here and act like you got something to offer. Okay, so take a sip of this. That was excellent. I thought that was excellent.
Can I hold the glass? Whatever
absolutely.
it is? That's the mic.
No, that's the glass.
Okay. This is not a mason jar. Ali wanted to serve me something in a mason jar. Him and my wife with the mason jar craze. Okay.
I said something good in a mason jar once, and I was like, you know what? This tastes so good that I gotta stop judging mason jars. So I should have asked you what your allergies.
Oh, that's pineapple. That's pineapple. It's pineapple.
Okay.
It's pineapple. There's
This is an
no, it's guava. It's like it's a tropical fruit of some sort. Initially, I want to say pineapple. It's like guava juice.
Do I ask you about your final answer? How do we do it?
Or is it
We should
papaya?
have a timer.
Okay, it's either papaya, guava, or pineapple. Yeah, we should have timer. Okay, one more sip. This will be my third sip.
Boom, bing, boom, bing, boom, bing, boom, boom, bing, boom, bing, boom.
See, my problem is I can't see the color. I'm gonna say it's guava juice.
Okay, it's gonna say guava juice.
Yeah.
What it is, my friend, is mango kombucha, and I think the kombucha probably
Threw
throws
me
you off,
off.
right?
It threw me
'Cause if
off.
it was just plain
Yeah.
mango, you probably would have been right in there. Hey,
Yeah,
great,
not so bad.
Great segment.
Oh, not
bad
so
at
bad.
all.
Not so bad. Here's
at
what
all.
I don't like.
Yeah.
You feeding me
Yeah.
because I feel your fingers, and I'm sure they're clean on my lips. I feel them like
There's no way. My fingers never got that close.
I can feel them. I can sense your fingers near my
sense my
mouth.
fingers, that's
like, and I'm not trying to be homophobic at all. It's not about that. It was just weird. I'm sure I'll get used to you feeding me.
It was weird on my end.
Okay.
Believe me, there's nothing not weird about it. The segment's called What's in Marco's Mouth.
know-
It is weird from the inception.
Sure.
But I thought that was great. Your performance in this agreeably awkward segment.
Great. Next time we're going to talk about my spike garden.
Spite Garden.
Okay, that's going to be on our list, so we don't forget. All right.
Absolutely. And we only have bad news. We only have about 1,500 more ingredients to talk about.
Yeah.
So the end of this show is in sight, but not that soon.
If you have a segment idea or food item that you want us to discuss, send us a note on Twitter, email, or whatever.
I think that would be excellent. I think that would, if you want to recommend a drink that we may not have ever tried. Let's be respectful of the budget. Let's keep it under $50. Okay, nothing insane.
No, we're not going to do.
Yeah, we come back here with caviar and some champagne of some kind, and we're like, hey, this tastes like garbage, and we both spent $300. But yeah, and food always. I'm always keen, especially stuff like herbs and things that you haven't tried before or that might be interesting and exciting. I'm in.
And if you have a concept, because we're going to do an all-Canadian episode. We're going to do an episode where all the food content is Canadian or Canadian-based or local or whatnot. You let us know. That just came to me.
That could be all Canadian month, I think.
Sure. But then you know what happens? Our listeners in the UK are going to be like, I don't want to be listening. Once in a while, that's cool. But, I'm not going to get... No, but they might be like, where am I going to get birch syrup? Where am I going to get birch? Marks and Spencer's doesn't have it. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. Leave us a 5-star review.
Yes.
Please. And tell your friends. And thank you for listening. Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
We hope you got your fill of Eat and Drink with Ali Hassan and Marco Timpano. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter at Podcast Eat Drink. Email them your cocktail and food suggestions to podcasteatdrink@gmail.com. Until the next episode, bottoms up.